quick updates on our gold trade, right? So this is what basically we've seen the market has been doing throughout the week, right? So once again, we are back at a very crucial level, right? Talk about the current market position where we see gold is currently. And of course, I see the market is kind of giving us a double top right there, which might be a good sign to take our sell position, but who knows? Let me remove everything and start afresh. And of course, I had some alerts right there. Let me just delete them because I will add them back once we're done with the analysis, right? Real quick, let's just hit the daily time frame and start our analysis, right? So as usual, what do we see? We identify the last levels, highest levels, of course, low levels too. Mark that. Let's mark this level. Let's mark the previous one. I would have marked these ones too, but then I think we should not concentrate on that. Either way, let's just see if we had our trend passing from that. We had a 1-2 right there, and of course, let's clone it right there. That is what we see. If we try to extend that, that is what we see. And of course, we also had another trend inside. Let's just start from this. We had a trend 1-2 right there, and of course you had another one right there, right? So that is what we see, right? Another one, we also had another one right here, which price kind of broke, but then let us not concentrate on that. We can also have this right here, correct? Now we need to mark out some important key levels, the demand and the supply zones, right? So previously, let's just go to the H4. Of course, we will need to adjust some of the trend lines that we just drew of the daily. Let's have this right here. Probably if we have that starting from that level, let's have this. Something like that, right? So that is what we see, and I think we should just delete this because we don't need it anymore. Delete that too, right? And delete that too, right? Now like we see on this market, we've seen that the market broke out of our trend line, right? Gave us a retest, dropped, and now we see there's that possibility that we might see gold going back to touch those initial high. But then before that, let's just mark out this as our previous supply zone, and of course this is our previous demand zone right here, and now it has turned to it was a demand zone, price broke, now turned to a supply zone, price broke, and now we're back to our demand zone once again, right? I hope you guys get that. Now if you look at this clearly, kind of the market is trying to consolidate, moving sideways, because that is where we are currently, inside this level right here, back to this, right? I remember previous videos we've said probably we want split left shoulder head, the market giving us right shoulder before we see the market dropping, but then gold never did that. Gold just came back, hit that support level, small retest, broke, and now we see price has gone back. And of course, we continue following up, and I said once we see gold breaking out, we anticipate a retest right there, and once we get an inverse head and shoulder, guess what? We confirm that bar is up, and of course we anticipate a pullback right there, something like that. So if you want to see maybe gold getting back to those amazing downtrend, gold has to go back once again, take out this low right there, something like this, come back for a retest, and we go back to retest this level right there, and if it breaks, same thing should happen, right? So just in a long-term perspective. So let's go to the H1, see what the market has in store for us, right? Now if you look at this, let me Come on, man. What's happening with the what's trading view? Sorry. So if we adjust that trend line right there, now you will understand that we also had this downtrend right here, so we won't ignore that, right? So that's when you see me flipping my joint. But before we flip that screen, you guys know that there's this kind of a trend right here, which is very crucial, right? Let's just flip this joint and I'll show you the reason why I say that trend line is very important. We had this price broke. At the same time, we also had another trend line. Don't forget about that. So don't just ignore trends. So I'll remove this, right? So I hope you guys can see now what I'm talking about. Then clone it. You can have it right there. Let's have it right there. Correct. Let's just adjust that. Now let's take it back. Now this is what we see. This is what we see. Should I adjust this too? Nah, let the support level stay. Right. Now remember I've said we anticipate gold to hit this level, give us that clean inverse head and shoulder, then anticipate we go back to our initial uptrend, right? And of course we've seen there was this level, kind of the market has broken, and now we've seen gold, like I said before, gold is trying to give us a double top, a good signification that we should be dropping. But then are we supposed to drop all the way down? Not yet. No sign to tell us that now, oh yo, I'm ready to drop. No yet, right? So remember we've had a touch right here, we've had a touch right there, we've not had that touch right there. Going to be a crucial thing, right? So let me see how many pips. So that's like 1,000, almost 2,000. Yeah, let's just say that's like 2,000 points. Correct. Now let's just remove this. Remove this. Now how am I going to react to what gold will be doing? Of course right now I'm seeing this double top, but then my initial target should be this level right there. Now this is going to be very crucial level, because why? Gold might just hit this level right there, comes back, and once we see gold retesting this level, and if she respects, boom, we're dropping. We're going to drop, right? But at the same time, how will we look for buys? Gold might hit this level once again, and guess what? It's a third touch, first touch, second touch, third touch. Then she might go back. Now if she doesn't respect this level right there, then breaks, it's a confirmed left shoulder head, we will be having a right shoulder right there. But then remember we had a high right here. Let's just extend this as a high. Now once we see gold taking out this high, because that's the last or the new high price has created, once we see gold taking out this high right there, it will have taken out also this trend line right here. I hope you guys can see this trend line, right? Once we see gold taking out this high right there, and taking out that high, then that's a confirmed buys. Because why? We will anticipate a small correction right there, then we look for our buy entry position. But then not targeting crazy moves. Let's just say something like this, and first just target this level right there. Correct. Then of course stop loss needs to be tiny. That is what I'm talking about, right? Not yet a confirmed crazy buys. I hope you guys can see that, because why? We have this market playing around this level right there, and at the same time gold might just do this, continue going up, giving us a good or a big confirmation of a bearish flag before we drop, right? But if we see gold taking out this previous level right there, that's a resistance, demon zone, anticipate that retest, and then now why will you forgive that amazing swing position? Something like that. So for now I think it's just for the scalpers. but 2,000 points, 3,000 points is not bad also for a day trader. And of course, once I get also confirmation, I'm also going to enjoy this wave. But right now we are at a very crucial place. So if I want to scalp this joint, let me see. I need to see gold taking out this low. In fact, I should adjust this to make this adjustment right there. Making sense, baby. Makes sense. Right. Now if I want to scalp this joint, we should see gold breaking out, staying above. She must stay above. Once we see a retest, she must also respect this retest. I don't want a scenario where we see gold coming back to retest like this and then no. Right? If she does that, I'm anticipating once again another thing like this, but then that will be somehow dirty, right? So right now this is what we see. Crucial. I'm not anticipating to take an entry or a buy entry right now, because remember we still have a trend line that the market was respecting. So she might even start doing this, to go back and fill in this gap to retest that trend line, which is still okay, because we've identified our major levels that we anticipate we should be looking for our end position. So we just need to watch out. The only thing we should be doing right now is just watching out. So have my alert set right there, and of course have an alert set below right there. Let me see any drop. A drop below 1,000 points, not bad, right? Good. Yesterday I had a good run on NAS 100. This is it, NAS 100, based on a 1 minute time frame. When I was giving signal, this is it. This is the market doing its thing, trying to hunt my stop loss, but then I said no way, I'm still going to hold, and boom, I was cruising nicely. And that was around, that was around 1700 points, right? This was 1750 something points, I can't remember. That was NAS 100. But then after that, of course, you need to protect your profit. Let the market do its thing. Let me just show you the madness that the market did right here. So initially I was targeting this level right here. This was my anticipated take profit, but I missed out a thing, a small thing. I missed out a small thing. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Take it back to the H1 or even the 4 hour. I don't know why people hate trend lines, but look at how powerful that trend line was. Was it this? No, yeah, right here. Was it this? Correct, this is it. I missed out this amazing trend right here. Very detailed, small one. So I was like, we've broken out of this support level. We've retested and we've seen the market giving us a good bearish confirmation and a double top right there, head and shoulder. Then I was anticipating we should continue, dropping right there, which was still good. If we never had this trend line, of course, I was not seeing that. But then the market really did me good, gave me a good amount of pips, you understand. But then let me just show you. I said, where is this? Let's take it. That was on a VIP premium. So I was like, okay, partial taken and profit log. So I don't care about the outcome. This is when I did trail the joint. As you can see, I did make my entry right there, and then trail stop loss after taking my partial right there, right? So it was a good thing, taking partial and adjusting my stop to break even at least. So you see that was 1,786 points, and the market did its thing, right? So I don't know, this video has been long, so I won't be into details. I don't want to waste your time how I did take this trade. But then real quick, if we see what the 1 minute was doing, the reason why I got that entry, let me just have it right here. For the now, initially, before this madness, let me just show something. Market is crazy. When I was taking this entry, I identified a key level where I was to have my stop loss. So previously we had the market giving us this kind of a move right here, and that was a good confirmation. And I said, once I see price breaking out of this joint, I'm going to take in. And of course I had my sell stop right there, so I was triggered. But then, you know, previously I was supposed to have my stop right here because that's the last high that the market had created right here. And I'm like, you know, I've been studying market behavior, so what if I have my stop above it instead, like this level right here, right? So just in case if price comes back and takes out that high, then I'll just accept that as a loss, right? So we see the market triggered my entry right there, but then the market started doing this joint right here. So I was like, now how comes I've taken that entry? Now the market has started giving me a big version of a bearish continuation pattern. So I just had to evolve. But then I said I'm not going to close my position, because why? Let me just remove this. So if this is a big version, so I was anticipating the market to touch this trend line right there, giving us a third touch, and of course we anticipate a correction right there and have that in. So that's why I was calm, right? And of course, if you look at this level right there, that was just a good double top right there. Remember, this is still the 1 minute, guys. You don't need to take your entry of the 1 minute if you don't understand, you know, because this having your entry of the 1 minute is very dangerous. But then it's also a good thing if you have your entry of the 1 minute, because you'll be risking tiny, right? So this is NASA 100. Okay, and then another thing, why I took the NAS trade, you know, currencies had not been moving nicely. We've seen the market just doing its thing. Once you're in profit, then the next thing or the next minute the market is reversing. So there was that kind of thing that the market had been doing for a while. So I said, okay, let me just check on our NAS US 30 or even gold trade, and you know, I saw the market giving us clear structures. That's why I said let me just go in, right? So guys, check out my Telegram link in the description box below. And until next time, amigos, peace.